So this seems like a really important thing.
True professionals like this who represent what we are in every single market.
There are opportunities out there, and you just have to grab it.
But a moment like that, where you realize you really do touch people's lives, it's a good feeling.
I mean, it gives me so much joy.
Yeah.
Watching or giving somebody the keys to a house.
Yeah.
And saying, here, welcome to your new home.
CNG Media.
Hey everyone, this episode is in collaboration with Robert Graham, featuring styles from the Short Hills store in New Jersey. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to Vino with Vito. Today we got Janete Teixeira-Parente. Hopefully I pronounced that all correctly.
Yeah, you got it.
Vito.
A fellow Fairfield resident that actually wrote a book. And we're going to talk about her book today and how it came about, what made her do it. And by the way, I know Janete's husband very well. We grew up together in Patterson many, many years ago. And yes, she did buy a house from me in Fairfield. Okay?
And we are renovating right now.
And they're renovating right now. So
It's
this
a
way
mess.
everybody knows. And to make Janete comfortable here, she does not drink, but she wanted to drink some wine with us. So we got a nice non-alcoholic Primitivo wine. We'll make sure that goes in your glass there.
Vito, do you drink?
Once in a while, not all the time. And then we have the wizard here.
The wizard's back.
The wizard's back to drinking. So we'll pour the wizard here.
That's perfect, right there.
A glass of wine. And you know what? I'm gonna go with Janet. I'm gonna try this one today.
Wow, I mean, this is history
This
right
is
here.
the first.
You didn't drink last night, and
I
now you're
didn't drink
drinking
last
non-alcoholic
night. Now I'm gonna drink non-alcoholic. I want to make Janete comfortable.
Well, what's the world
right.
coming to?
Well, in that case, salute.
Salute.
Cheers.
Maybe my second glass,
Thanks for
I'll
coming.
have,
Thanks
I'll
for
have
having
the
me.
other one.
It's pretty
You know
good.
what? It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. The next one I'll have that. But
Well, since I don't drink wine anyway, so it's really good.
yeah, it's very, very, very good. Very a little sweet, but it's very good. So I always call you Janet. Janete. Don't get upset with me if I
Oh,
say
no,
Janet
it's
or
all
Janete
good.
every once in a while here. But how did this book come about?
Yeah, so just before COVID, I was part of a business group called BNI. I don't know if you guys know. It's a business group that they get together every week and talk about business. And once you are new in the group, a new member of the group, then you have to meet with everybody and tell the story, how you start your business and where you are and if you need any help and things like that. So I start telling my story. I started meeting with the members and I start telling my story, how I started my business, where I came from, where I grew up and things like that. And then one day I realized that I was telling my story to people that I barely knew, but I never told them my nephews and nieces because I don't have any family in the United States. Everybody's back home in Brazil.
Wow.
So then I thought, why don't I write the story so they can read and then get to know my story? And I didn't really want my nephews and nieces to know just the aunt that arrives in Brazil with gifts and give them gifts, but I don't want them to know just the end by the gifts they receive.
Right.
I want them to know
The story.
the story, what happened,
And how you got where you are.
Yes, and why today I am able to go there and give them gifts. So then I started writing, but I had no idea
Yeah.
where to start. I mean, I'm not a writer. I do medical billing for a living.
And now that's your own company,
Yeah, that's
correct?
my own company. Yes,
Beautiful.
So you're one of 11.
I'm one of 11.
Wow.
Yes.
You're one of how many?
4.
4?
Yeah.
I know Vito's story. Vito's father had to sell a mule to come to America.
We all have a story. I'm glad you were able to write this story to let people see, hey, even though you grew up in Brazil, one of 11, I'm sure is in poverty, as it shows in the book. By the way, I didn't read the book, but I know all about it. But it's amazing how you did that and how you came here to the United States, started your own company, went to college, and I'm sure you're probably the only one of all the siblings that did go to college.
Yes, I'm the only one. I'm the only
Wow.
one. They all finished high school, but they ended that.
And they're
That's
all
impressive.
yeah.
They are all there. Yes.
And they're all in Brazil.
Yes, I was just there a month ago. Yeah.
So you went to college in the States.
No, I went to college in Brazil.
In Brazil.
In Brazil.
Got it.
And then I finished my master's degree in Brazil.
Wow.
And then I came to the United States, and I just came to learn the language. And my initial thoughts and goals at the time was just learn the language and go back to Brazil. And I specifically wanted to work for Volvo company.
Really?
I had never been to Volvo, I have never driven a Volvo
But that was
car.
on your mind.
But that was what I wanted. When I was there, I was working for Siemens Telecommunication. And then I actually lost an opportunity to advance in my career because I didn't speak the language. I didn't speak English. So then that's why I decided to come to the United States, learn the language, and then go back to Brazil, and then work for Volvo. I don't know why. I went to go work for Volvo. So then that's why I came to the United States. But again, you have one plan, but the man up there has another one.
Sure.
You know, my goal was just to be here for a year and then learn the language and just go back.
So you came to the States at 14? Was the first time?
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. No, I was 28 already when I came.
28?
28, yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
And now, when you came to the States, where did you go? Who did you stay with? How did you get here?
Well, it's the story is in the book how I have a close friend of mine that her husband was here, and she was come to reunited with him. At the time they had a small daughter. She was 3 years old, I think, at the time. And then she told me that she was coming to the United States and she was going to stay here for a while. And then that gave me more incentive to, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to the United States. Now I have a friend there. And then, I'll stay there for a year with her and then go back.
And go back.
And I did stay with her family for, I think, 6 months. And then I, went to school and started working as every immigrant does.
What'd you start doing?
I work at a car wash. Also, it's the story at the car wash.
In the
It's
book?
there. It is in the book. Yeah. But that's what I did. I there was this one day at summertime that was, oh my God, so hot.
Was this in New Jersey or was this
in New Jersey, in
Nice.
Carden, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. So I dried at least. I think I stopped counting when it was 200. Then after that, I
Drying the car.
drying the car. So you know what? You go to the car wash and then they wash and then
Right,
and
then you have to dry
You
it.
have the guys in there, drying it. That was my job. And they put that little oil on the tire.
On the
Yeah.
tire.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
The armor all on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tires.
Yeah, and then I did babysitting, cleaned houses, worked for a language school.
Could
I
you?
did it all.
Just did it all. Could you imagine like the kids today
Moving, picking up your stuff and going?
or even growing up here and trying to go to work or whatever? No, these kids don't want to do that.
No.
You worked at a car wash, you cleaned houses, you babysitting, you're doing a lot of different jobs just to come to America and to actually be here,
And I had that desire of learning the language. I did not want to go back.
Not anymore. That's not the
Not
vibes
anymore.
of today. Yeah.
Not anymore. But at the time, I had an opportunity to go back. It was about a year that I was here, and then I had a job offer in Brazil, and I could just not go. I said I'm going to go there, and they are going to ask me to write a letter.
Yeah.
And how I'm going to do it. I was not able to do it. Now, to prove that I learned the language, I wrote a book.
Wrote a book.
And by the way, I got a nice signed copy of the book.
Actually, the picture on the cover of the book is the actually road that one day I walked to school.
Wow.
And today is the same road that I drive to go to my family's house.
Wow.
Same thing.
You miss home?
I do. I miss, but I don't miss living there. I miss being
Being
there
there, yeah.
with my family, my friends. Every time I go there, it's a party because we are a large family.
Sure.
And I have tons of friends. But living there, the United States is my home now.
Beautiful.
I love the United States. I think there is no place like
Like the United States of America. Absolutely. Now, how often do you try to get back to Brazil?
Normally, Nick and I go once a year.
Once.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
nice.
year I went by myself because of the construction.
Yeah. And by the way, she's doing a nice addition on the house.
Nice.
You guys moved there, what, about 15
years
ago?
ago.
Yeah.
So when did you write the book officially?
I started during COVID, at the end of COVID.
End of COVID?
Yes. But since I'm not a writer, I knew what I want to write, but put in and make that a book
Takes a while.
It took a while, and then I had 3 different coaches that helped me through the process, and when you write your own story, it's very emotional because you have to go back to the past and relive all over again.
You probably
and,
forgot a lot of things too when you were thinking it through.
Yeah, now that when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I should have written this and that, but there are stories in there that it was really difficult to write. It was the really emotional, painful to write and go back again and relive all over again.
Did you have both parents at the time in Brazil?
At the time, I had, when I started, yes. Then when I ended the book, I only had, my dad died. So
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, my dad died during COVID. It's the stories there.
Yeah, I can't read. I'm going to read this. You said it's coming out on Audible too? So I'm on my run, senior cousins on the shore. I'll listen to it.
The Audible is coming maybe in a month from now.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
they already sent me the sample, and it's pretty good. Yeah.
So it's on Amazon, right?
It's on Amazon. Yes.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. It's also on Barnes and Nobles online.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's hard to do in itself. You got to write the book and then also publish the book and sell it.
Yeah, I was lucky that I sent the manuscript to Christian Faith Publishing, and then they agreed to publish. So I worked with them, and then they did all the put in Amazon and Kindle and audiobook and all that.
Great.
There's a cost because I'm nobody.
Oh, you're somebody. You wrote a book.
Imagine Vito writing a book.
Imagine, forget
No,
about
but
it.
when you're writing, nobody knows who I am. To my book.
If Vito wrote a book, you would open it up and it would say, "The end."
But it's true. It must be that I have ADHD, ADD, whatever. So
You got all the DDs.
All the DDs, because even when I was a kid, reading a book wasn't for me. I like start reading it, and I'm thinking about something else while I'm reading it, and then I'm like, wow, I got to go back and see what I just missed and read it again. But being on Audible, that's great because I do the same thing when I'm walking every morning. I'll usually listen to music.
In Italian?
No, it's in English. Sometimes in Italian. Oh, by the way, I'm going to Italy. I just booked my ticket.
Did you?
Yeah, at the end of August.
Going back home.
Going back home too. Yep.
How is it going from? So it's Portuguese to English. Was that a hard?
Well, this is how it started. I wanted, because I'm dedicating to my nephews and nieces that don't speak English, so I needed to write in Portuguese. So my idea was to write in Portuguese first and then write in English, translate into English. But because I write English, I speak English, and everything is in English, I started in Portuguese, and I would choose 3 words in Portuguese, and then
go right back to
it
English.
would go back to English.
Can you buy this book in Brazil?
Yes.
That's
yes,
awesome.
Yes. So then I wrote in English, then I translated in Portuguese.
Gotcha.
So then, when I had the pretty much, it was not even completed, the English, but the Portuguese, it was good to go. I sent it to a company in Brazil called IP das Letras, and they were very fast. they published the book in like 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that was last year in May. I was going to Brazil. I had 2 weddings to go, and I called them and I said, "Do you think this book is going to be ready by this time when I will be in Brazil, so I don't have to go back?" They said, "Well, we don't know. Maybe we're not sure." Guess what? 2 weeks before I traveled,
It was ready.
it was ready.
Wow, that's awesome.
So then I went to Brazil and I had a party in there with family and friends, and so the book is in Portuguese in Brazil also.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine that you write the book here in English. You go back to Brazil and it's also written in Portuguese and it's in
Technology.
Brazil.
And then the English version, then I was not done yet with the English version. So then it was good because then the stories are the same, but then I could improve the stories on the in the English book. Yeah. So and then this was done in November of 2024.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited to read it.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm excited
hope
to
you like
listen
it.
to it. My wife will read it, definitely read it, and my kids, they love reading books.
You're gonna do a second book or just keep one book? Because it's not easy writing a book. It takes forever.
It takes, yeah. I mean, if the professionals, they write fast, but for a person like me that just started, it takes a while. But now, I kind of know the techniques that I learned with my coach. I think it's gonna be easier for a second book. But I'm thinking about writing a kids book.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, with the same story to give them incentive to work hard and be proud of the family and country and God, and teach the kids how to learn with mistakes.
Right, to
And
keep going.
failures
Yeah.
And,
Give us one part of the book that's one of your favorites. Don't tell us everything, but like a cliffhanger. Like, what's one of like the stories that you like the most?
the stories that I like the most is it's very emotional to me. Is the story where I lost my brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Older or younger?
He was younger than me.
Younger.
He was 27.
Wow.
And it was killed in a terrific accident.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that was, it was difficult to write. It was emotional to write. But at the same time, it was something that I knew he wanted me to do also. He wanted me to share that story. So, yeah, that's the story that I...
Did he ever have a chance to come to America, or he always stayed in Brazil?
No, everybody stayed in
Stayed?
Brazil. I mean, my mom came twice to visit, and my younger sister and her husband came last year also.
Nice.
But everybody else...
Stayed.
Yeah. Visa is... It's very difficult to get a visa. Another brother and my sister-in-law and niece, they got a visa last year, so they are still to come to visit soon, hopefully. And the other ones are on their process of applying for visa, and hopefully. My dream is to have all of them in my house one day. Now that I'm going to have a big house.
A huge house.
Are you legal?
Yes. Yes, I came with a little Cupolini on too, with the airplane. I had my little green card.
You didn't come by boat?
No. They asked me a couple questions, and I answered.
What were the questions?
I don't remember. They were in
Oh,
Italian.
I
I was
thought
4
you were
years
born
old.
here.
No.
Oh.
I was born in
Montescalios.
Italy. I was 4 years old when I
okay.
came here, but I had no schools. I didn't do any schooling in Italy. Everything was here in the United States.
So you came what year to the States?
1999.
99. You came in the 70s, right?
67.
67.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was 4 years old.
Baby Vito coming over.
That's it. The youngest of four kids. But back in, I hear stories. The same thing back in Italy too is where beside like here the dirt roads and where I come from down in the southern Italy, you have a lot of farmland and a lot of times your parents, they were farmers, and it's the same thing. You had outhouses. You really didn't have bathrooms in houses. This is the stories I hear sometimes too, where, now you go back and, every time I go back, if my kids are with me, I try to make it a point to show them the house where I was born, and, the one time they're like, where are the bedrooms, But back then, actually, the animals lived inside, if I remember correctly, inside the house.
That's the heat.
Yeah.
What's your take on the Americans that are born here that don't like this country? As an immigrant, what do you
I
think?
can't take it.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy. You have all the opportunities in this country, and you think this, and you don't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I came here with no English. I knew a hi, bye, and thank
That's
you.
it, yeah.
And I learned the language, and I took every opportunity that the people of this country gave me, and the country itself gave me, and I made something of it. And why these people have this hate of the country? Just go there, work hard, and do something instead of being,
I feel like that was the trend years ago when you came here and you were an immigrant. You would want to learn English. You didn't keep your native language. And that's all changed. If you're an immigrant, you keep speaking your your language. You don't convert over to English. So it's the opposite, which is weird.
I don't. I mean, we are immigrants, so we have our own language, our own culture, our own everything.
Sure.
It's fine. But when you are inside of your house, you do whatever you want. But when you're out there, it's the United States.
Yeah.
Respect the laws, the flag, and everything that this country has to offer.
Clip that, Troy. Clip that.
Now don't come here and plant your flag here.
Yeah.
Because this is the United States, and we have a flag that is red, white, and blue, and that's the flag of the United States. Your flag, you live in your house, inside your house. If you have some parade that represent your country, that's fine. Go there and be proud of, where you're born. But here, it's the United States. That's my opinion, and I stick with that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hey, when we came here, you know what? We had to learn the language, and
You're still learning
spoke
today.
English. I'm still learning today.
We all are.
That's it. Our parents, they went to work where they worked. We grew up in Patterson in a community. It was all Italians at the time, so everybody still spoke Italian. You'd go to your supermarket, your butcher, everybody either related or you spoke Italian. But if we ever went, outside our neighborhood or to a store, if my parents didn't speak English, they made sure one of us was with them to at least, speak English. Nowadays, if you speak another language, everybody assumes you speak that language, and they don't want to learn English, which is not right.
I think it's crazy that they think that their own language is the language of the country. No, the English is the language of this country. Your language then is your second language.
Yeah.
When you live in the United States, that's what I think. In my office, I have Brazilians that work for me, and when they start speaking Portuguese, I tell them we'll speak Portuguese after hours.
Yeah.
But here, this is an American company. Nobody speaks Portuguese with me. My clients don't speak Portuguese. People that call this office don't speak Portuguese. Therefore, we're not speaking Portuguese here.
That's great.
That's my.
When I go to Italy, I have a couple bottles of this, and I think I could speak Italian, but I can't. But I feel bad that I can't. I wish I could. Like when I hear you guys talk to me, all the family, like I wish I could speak it, but I can't. One day I'll learn.
But again, we speak it, amongst ourselves. Like Janete said, we don't go out and assume everybody speaks our language. We're here in the United States of America.
Is there different dialects to Portuguese?
Yes.
There is?
Yes. I'm from South Brazil, and we speak the language more like the words like the R's, like very strong. Mm-hmm. And then if you go northeast or central Brazil, the dialect is
way different. So you could tell which region they're from.
Yeah. Uh-huh. When the Brazilians here, when they meet with me and they don't know me, they're like, "Oh, you're from South." Yes. Yeah. Because it's like so.
Dialect.
Yeah, so different.
So different.
We have a mutual friend, and when he speaks Italian, it sounds like it's Hebrew. So it sounds way different than actual Italian. So it's interesting.
I think it's it's great to speak more than one language. I'm not
for sure.
saying that you are in the United States, you don't have to speak your own language. No, I'm not saying that. But the official language is English, and therefore you should speak English to whomever speak English.
Was the test easy or was it hard coming to the States when you had to go through all the testing?
At the time when I came to the United States, it was so easy to get a visa. I just got my passport. I had been to Disney a year before, so I already had a visa. But it was easy. I gave my passport to the travel agent, and she sent it to the American consulate in São Paulo, and then I got my visa.
That was it. Wow.
Yeah, nowadays...
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's hard.
nowadays you have to fill out this paperwork, you have to pay this fee,
Or
and
just
have
cross
to
the
go
border.
through an interview. Not anymore. Not
Come through
anymore.
Canada, not anymore.
And have ICE come after you. So by getting your visa, I'm assuming you're an American citizen now.
I am an American citizen. I'm a proud American right now. Yeah. So, but then to become a citizen, then I had to take a test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to, study a bunch of questions that they gave, and then they ask 10 questions. 10 questions, and you have to get 6 right. And I was so disappointed because when I got all the 6 right, and then she said, "Oh, you passed." I'm like, "No, but I want 10.
want to finish.
I want the 10." She said, "No, you only need 60." I'm like, "No, I want the 10." She said, "No."
You're very driven.
Yes, I am.
When I became a citizen, I think I got...
You were 4.
No, I didn't become a citizen. I told the story until 91.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Remember when Brian was here? Desert Storm. That's when I ended up becoming a citizen. But back
So
then...
you lived off our government all those years?
No, I didn't. I worked. I had a social
Bastard.
security number, I believe,
Yeah,
at the
made up.
time.
Yeah.
Still.
You were down in Patterson. The
I
guy
had a
gave you
green-
one.
No, I had a green card. I had everything.
The only thing green was that shirt.
I was still legit. I became a citizen. It was either right before my daughter was born or right after my daughter was born. I don't remember. But yeah, we were living here all this time. It wasn't like it is today. You're not a citizen. They're going to come and get you. But we were here legally, so it didn't matter. So how rough was it? Because you said you came here when much older, living in Brazil, like the house you grew up with, 11 siblings. How was that?
Well, growing up, we didn't really have a house. It was more like a barn, and it was just a kitchen in a room that was separated with a curtain. That was my parents, and then all of us in another room. So then I was so miserable as a kid, as a teenager. I was so miserable. I didn't want to be poor. I thought it had to be something better, that I could leave the farm and one day have a house and have a bedroom and things that I saw my friends having.
So your friends had that, so you knew about that.
I knew about that, but I didn't have it, and I was devastated. How come we are poor? Why do we have to be poor? But then, even as a kid, and I had this desire to learn. And my father, even though he was an alcoholic, he was my role model. He wanted to be a mechanic, and then he studied to be a mechanic through books that a friend of his gave to him. And I saw my father doing that, and I thought, if my father can do that, I also can do that one day, and then, change the circumstance that we live in. And then I left the farm. I went to the city, 5 kilometers from the farm. There's a small town that we call city.
Yeah.
Now it's now it's a city. By the time it was really really
little
small.
town, yeah.
Yeah, and then I start, working outside the farm to help my family financially. Then eventually we built the house, and then I continued studying, and eventually went to college. And and the rest
Is history.
Is history.
Do you remember your first American movie as a kid? Did you guys have access to a TV to see?
Well, I didn't have a TV until I was 20.
20.
20.
So you were still over in Brazil.
Yeah, so I never watched a movie. So I.
When was your first American movie? Like, when did you see your first one?
In America was it was a oh my God, what
Do you
is
remember
the
your
name of it?
first American movie?
Yeah, I remember
Godfather.
Was it The Godfather? I was gonna say.
No, I went to the movies in Kearney. That was and on the border of Kearney and North Arlington. I remember there was a girl that had a sixth sense.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the one. Yeah.
That was the first. What was your first
Yeah.
movie?
I don't remember.
You don't remember your first American movie? Because that's what people from overseas, they always say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, American movies are amazing and whatnot." So
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
I didn't
don't-
have. I cannot tell that because I didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, she was much older too when she came. I'm much younger, so
true.
you know, I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Did movies have sound when you?
They had subtitles.
They were in black and white.
they were in black and white.
Today's Rip on Vito day.
But I'll tell you, when I was a kid, you know what? I'll have another little bit of wine.
you sure?
I'll help you out this time. I'll have some of yours.
The alcoholic one or not
Yeah,
alcoholic?
we'll try it. I'll help you. I'll help the wizard out. I'll have a little bit of the alcohol.
I gotta drive down the shore after this.
Me too. That's why only a little bit. That's good. That's good. It's good.
Vito.
But when I was a kid too, when we came from Italy, you know, we ended up living in my grandfather's house on the second floor, 2 families, my family and my aunt and uncle with their family, and it was a 2-bedroom home with an attic and an enclosed porch. And when we would have to watch TV, I was the youngest. There was no remote. I was the remote. I had to get up and change the channel, you know? So it was
That's
time.
amazing.
It was time for somebody to change the channel or raise the volume on the TV.
That was you.
I was the youngest, so I had to get up and do it.
That's amazing.
The other thing that was, you know, figure it was 7 kids, 4 adults, you know, in a 2-bedroom house with 1 bathroom, with 1 finished room in the attic. And then I believe my aunt got pregnant while we were all there, or it could have been afterwards, but I was always the youngest one. And if we're on the couch watching TV and you had to get up for something, good luck. You're not getting that seat back because somebody else would sit on it. But these are the things I remember growing up too, you know. Yes, you didn't have everything everybody else had, but in a way, you enjoyed everything you had.
Sure.
You know, you had the Sunday dinners with everybody. Everybody, like you said, the family. Everybody was together. And I'm sure you can't wait until you get all your family back here after your house is done.
Oh my God, I can't wait. It will be great.
That's gonna be amazing.
It will be amazing. I can't wait. Oh my God, it's a dream, and it will happen.
Soon.
It'll happen.
Right around the
happen.
corner.
Yes.
Who's building the house? Is Vito building the house or somebody else?
No.
Because if Vito was
Vito's-
building it, forget it.
They won't allow me to build the houses with the Robert Graham
Yeah,
clothes.
true. You
I
can get
was
it
gonna
all
say,
dirty.
You're
You're
gonna
right.
get it all dirty. And
You
stuff.
are right.
How do you like my new shirt today?
I like it. Is this new to me or is this an actual new purchase?
Yeah, it's a new purchase, not too long
It
ago.
looks nice.
He's got over 300 Robert Graham shirts.
But this one is more.
It's a little crazy, no? A little crazy?
No, but this one's more subtle. It's nice, plain, with nice little pink shorts here.
This is awesome.
No,
I can't wait to hear the audible to it.
I definitely.
I like these stories. Yeah, it's worth listening to because it makes you appreciate what you have here.
Yeah, some of my nephews and nieces, they're still young, so they don't have the comprehension yet of reading
Yeah.
a book and understanding all of what is
They
written.
will one day.
It will
It's
one
not
day.
going anywhere.
But I was so happy that one of Nick's friend's son read
Mm-hmm.
the book. He is like my nephew here.
Yeah.
And he called me and he said, I read your book, and I want to tell you that I appreciate my life more now after I read your book, and that was
That's
that was
amazing.
so touching because that's exactly what I want my own nephews to tell me one day that they
Absolutely.
appreciate what they have, after reading my story.
Reading the book, yeah. I mean, look what you went through, and now you're here, in the United States. You own your own house.
You own your own business,
You
first
own
of all.
your own
Put
business.
the house aside. The business part is hard. It's not
Yes.
easy having a business here.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially the industry that I am.
It's competitive.
Dealing. It's not as the competition, but dealing with the insurance companies, their customer services overseas. People do not understand how the insurance works. Not at all. If it can make you nuts.
I bet. I don't even understand how it works.
No, it's
I have no idea how that operates.
Yeah, and this is my 20th year doing
God
medical
bless.
billing. Yeah, and it's not getting any easier. It's just
Harder and harder.
harder and harder.
Just
Yesterday, I spent 2 hours on the phone trying to find someone in the United States to help me with the issue that I was having with one of my clients. And oh my God, I had to go 4 times. I was on the phone, then it goes to overseas, and then they don't know how to help you. Then the person in the United States doesn't want to talk to you because they want them to resolve your problem. Then that person is in between asking questions to that person, coming to you, and it was like, no.
Did it get resolved?
No.
No, that's the worst.
No.
That's the
It
worst.
was like partial resolved, but
Yeah.
no.
I had an issue during COVID. When COVID hit, I ended up getting COVID with a heart condition.
Yeah, it's a problem.
My daughter's a PA, so the first thing she said is go to the hospital.
Well, you shouldn't have been at the strip club
Nah,
the day prior.
there was no strip club.
That was the problem.
Nah, that's the problem is I don't go to strip clubs, but I end up. I got to.
Another story?
No. I'll tell you that. But I end up because you're saying strip club and stuff. But I ended up going to the hospital, and at that time during COVID, they would give you an IV, some sort of IV to fight COVID and stuff. And actually, it really worked. I mean, I felt fine. Everything. I did go home. A couple, week or two later, I started getting hospital bills. Meanwhile, I have insurance. Someone wrote the wrong code on why I went, and they said it wasn't necessary or whatever, or I forgot what they said, and they wanted me to pay. And it was this humongous bill. And I would get on the phone, and you know me, I'd get on the phone.
He'll fight to death.
It took me, I think, 3 or 4 months. I made sure that the hospital and the billing person at the hospital was on the phone, the billing person I was talking to on the phone. What's the code? Why they put that code and everything else? And it finally ended up getting resolved.
Yeah, the insurance finds every single reason to not pay a claim. So my job and my team is to fight to get paid, and their job is to deny.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult sometimes to win, but when we win,
It's fun.
it's fun.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
the hassle that goes
Yeah.
until you get there,
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But it's good, though, that at least people have you on their side to help them
Yeah.
and to resolve this. But imagine get a big medical bill, 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand or whatever.
That's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I am blessed with the business I have.
How'd you stumble upon that business? Being an immigrant, not really knowing the system, how'd you stumble upon it?
I basically went from the OR to the office. When I was here 6 months, I got sick, and I ended up having surgery. And then I met a family of doctors that they became my family here in the United States. And the doctor who did my surgery, and I met his family, and then they became my family. And then I started work. They gave me an opportunity to work in their office. And,
That's awesome.
And then the story is written in there.
Could you imagine that, though? Coming here, doing all this, and being where you are. Now, how did you meet Nick?
Oh, the story is.
Is this in the book too?
It's in the book.
Yeah,
It's
but
in the book.
I know Nick. That's why I want to know
which chapter?
what chapter is Nick in.
The twist.
The twist?
Twist, yes.
Come on, Wizard.
COVID-19. Hold on, my mother.
yeah.
Hold on. The twist. I got it.
The twist,
I got
yes,
it.
you got it.
I want-
2005.
You
Yes.
met Nick in 2005.
2005. 2005 was an interesting year. I lost my brother. I met Nick, and I opened my business. So everything the same year.
Wow, three
Yeah.
things in 1 year.
Yeah.
He was a hilarious Russian guy.
That was a friend of
Oh, a
mine
friend,
that I
okay,
was
yeah.
supposed to go to a Halloween party that night, the night I met Nick.
Yeah, see?
I'm gonna read this. I'm taking
Now
your copy,
you're
by
No,
the
you're
way.
not. I'm going to read it. That's my copy. Don't you dare. What? No, this was really good.
Yeah.
You know,
I like these stories. Like I said, it's cool to get someone else's perspective because a lot of our friends came from Italy, that side. But hearing this story is really cool.
and a lot of times you hear, these stories and people write books and they end up, being on the big screen too. And it's really good. Something-
America.
Yeah, I
only in America.
I also learned with my father and with also people that helped me in the United States, to give back.
Yeah.
And I have this with me. I always like to help other people, and so with this book, the proceedings of this book, I'm donating to a charity in my hometown.
Nice.
Wow.
That they help people with food and housing.
That's awesome.
So I was just there a month ago, and whatever money I made with the English version, I donate there. So
That's
I
awesome.
hope next time when I go again, I have more money to donate.
That's awesome.
Very awesome. A lot of people are doing it. They're keeping their money and doing everything.
You'd keep it in a heartbeat.
No, I don't do
And
that.
also, I'm also doing that in memory of my father, because you see in the book that he never let anybody hungry. So in his memory, it's this charity just, they help people with food. So
What's the name of the
just-
charity?
It's Comitê da Fome e Moradia.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Portuguese.
Gotcha.
But here, perfect example, Wizard, because you're a lot younger than everybody. But our families, everybody, when people used to come over our house too, make sure first thing they got to eat. You got to eat, and like you said, nobody's gonna stay hungry. And imagine like here, your father, living in a barn, basically having nothing for himself, but always tried to help
Always
people
try
out.
and never let anybody go out hungry. If somebody came in our house and was hungry, he would share whatever we had. And that's what I do. I share. I love sharing not only food, but I love to share, knowledge and space. and
Everything, yeah.
Everything, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's friggin' amazing, man. Janete, I really appreciate you coming here. I learned a lot from just a couple of the stories you told us, but I can't wait to read that book either. And definitely I'm going to try reading it. If it goes with my ADD, then I'll wait for the Audible and I'll go that route. But this is an amazing story. You're an amazing person for what you're doing and giving back to your community back in Brazil. To help everybody and make sure nobody's hungry. And you came to the United States, and like you said, United States is my country now. And this is where you are, and this is where you're going to stay. Is there anything you want to tell people out there, to help the young people, even older people? Anything you can give?
I would say be determined to whatever you set your goals, and don't learn with the failures, because you never always learn with the good things that happens in your life. You always win. You always learn with things that sometimes don't go right, and there are always a lesson.
Sure, that goes along with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
to be learned, and also work hard. And I tell my nephews and nieces that it doesn't matter what you work or what job you have. Do that with grace, because as long as you don't steal and you don't kill, everything is great.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Yeah.
And just love your family. Don't ever forget, even though I tell the United States, you're here, but don't forget your roots also. It's important because your roots, your family, where you came from, they are always there for you. I'm here and I love the United States. I love my life here. I have a beautiful life with Nick, and everything that I accomplish here and things that I still want to do in the United States. But it's good to be home, to go home and be with my family, with my roots, and I never forget them, and I always go there, and it's always a party with this large family of mine.
Definitely.
So I would say don't forget your roots, work hard, be determined, and believe in God.
Very nice.
Love it.
I love it too. And I really enjoyed you coming. And everybody, make sure you get a copy of The Dirt Road here. I can't wait to read it or listen to it, either way. And you know what? Janete here is a Fairfield resident. We're all, from Fairfield here, and hopefully you guys can support her and get a copy of the book, and maybe you'll see her around town in
Yes.
Fairfield, New Jersey. There,
Definitely.
At
right?
the park. Running
At the park.
Running at the park. Just be careful for the squirrels in the park.
Yes, and the bears.
And the bears. And the bears now. And on that note, my wine is finished. One day, and that day will come when you need to buy or sell a house. And when that day does come, you need to call Vito Cantuzzi, the godfather of Northern New Jersey real estate.